What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Jedi Jive. My name is Mike. Joining us again is my sister Jenny.
Hey, guys.
We're going to do a reaction to Loki Season 2, Episode 4.
Yeah.
I'm so excited, guys. I've loved every episode of this season so far.
I'm loving it.
I think Episodes 1 and 3 were probably... I like them a little more than Episode 2, but still, I just loved it all. And then I was just saying to you that I kind of don't know what to expect, but I like that.
Yeah.
I feel like there's a lot of different things to keep track of with your mind. It's not necessarily confusing so much as it is just like there's a lot of different
of balls in the air at once.
I was pointing out there was that one scene where we saw earlier on where we saw Sylvie come out of an elevator and prune Loki and be like, there you are. And
the future, so whatever that means at this point.
Is that something that's going to come back eventually?
Is that future written in stone, or is that malleable? We're not really sure.
He Who Remains, Ouroboros, the TVA handbook getting handed to young Victor Timely, who's now, and Miss Minutes with all of her mysterious knowledge, and
right.
She came on really strong at the end of the last episode to Victor Timely.
Meanwhile, they just took Victor Timely back to the TVA because they need a variant of He Who Remains to open the blast doors and fix the loom, so that they can fix the loom. Yep. But I wonder if he's like a Trojan horse.
Yeah.
Like, did they just bring the Trojan horse inside the walls of Troy?
Yeah.
You know?
Like, I was saying that last week. It was like, could it even possibly be that he's just putting on a front? Like,
right.
Even his stammer
we don't know.
Be fake.
It's definitely risky having a Kang variant in the TVA.
So many different elements. Sylvie, Loki, Mobius, Ravonna Renslayer. There's all these different
she's
players.
At the end of time with Miss Minutes now.
Guys, don't know what's going to happen, but that's kind of what's exciting about it. And when you put all of the elements together, like the cinematography and the music and the acting and just all of it, it looks so great. And it's loving it so far. So guys, let's jump in. Let's have some fun. And then afterwards, we'll talk about it. Let's do it.
Green. Green means prune.
There you are.
The TVA.
That scene.
I was in the future, and I saw you. I need to know why.
Yeah.
Yep, we do too.
Yeah.
There's something you have to see.
What is this?
Just watch.
A utopia at the end of time.
Ravonna Renslayer, you are quite a marvel.
That's the recording we heard.
Thank you for being on my team.
The TVA awaits our commands. Shall we go?
I'll catch up. See you soon.
Oh, so did he just like send her into an eternity of doing what she does, essentially?
Always.
Always.
Hey, boss. Fancy a game of chess?
Erase her memories.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Erase all their memories.
If you say so.
So he built this little tower. And while he sat on his throne, I continued to do all the work to keep him there?
Something like that.
So, what are you proposing?
That we don't need him. Maybe we never did.
Miss Minutes is going rogue.
Oh, man. If I were Ravonna Renslayer, I would trust Miss Minutes either. Turn around, yo, that's your face.
Right?
He's probably already super familiar with it just from the handbook.
Are you? You're...
What do you want with me?
Come with us, and we'll show you.
That didn't sound as reassuring as you hoped it would. I'm from Chicago, friend. The Shadiocracy capital of the world. I don't trust anyone. You all want me. Ms. Ravonna wants me. The effervescent clock lady monster thing wants me.
And you're the only one who can help us fix it.
La-di-da.
Victor, this is Casey, an OB.
Another biggest fan.
Ouroboros.
You wrote the handbook.
Ouroboros.
Yeah, that's me.
You wrote the TVA handbook.
But I learned everything I know from a brilliant 19th century inventor named Victor Timely. If we have the resources.
Whoa.
Time loop.
What did you say your name was?
Victor.
Your work is based on his work, and his work is based on your work.
Exactly. Which came first?
It's like a snake eating its own tail.
Yeah.
And Ouroboros.
Guide my handbook.
Only
Would you?
I was
Casey got it autographed too.
poetry, just poetry.
Guys, sorry to break up this romance, but can we fix it?
Here's a model I mocked up of the loom. To give the shoddy and slapdash work, I only got one coat of paint on there. I haven't been able to carve out figures to represent all of us.
It's like so good.
Honestly embarrassed that Victor is here to see it.
Okay, I think you're being a
Oh
little
my
hard on
God.
yourself, Phobia. Looks great.
Someone killed he who remains and released all those branches and ruined my life.
She's like, yeah, that was me.
And ruined my life.
There's much, much more temporal radiation out here than there was when you went out there, Mobius.
Oh.
Okay, well, I mean, Loki's really gonna have to hoof it then, right?
It's doable. But this person just needs to be super fast.
I had the same problem with my loom until I made this.
Obi, that'll work.
Integrating them, if that would even work, would take a long time.
If anyone can, it's you and me.
All right, let's have a little pie while we wait.
Have a little pie, always with the food.
What is the matter with you? Everything is turning to shit. And you want to leave it to them while we go and have some pie. Come on, let's go and get some pie. Why not? It's a great idea. You found out you're a variant, and you haven't even looked, have you? Doesn't matter if you disappear, because you've never bothered to look if one of them was yours.
Everyone's calling him out on it. We're gonna have to go there eventually.
There must be a jet ski there.
Mm-hmm.
Enjoy your pie.
There's still that Jack McDonald's theory.
Yeah.
McDonald's Jack. It's young Mobius.
This is the key lime pie
They
again.
look so good though.
Back to our favorite automat.
I want a piece.
I took a wrong turn. Didn't plan on coming to Pie Land.
What if you are wrong to believe that this place can be any better? It would just be easier to burn this place down and start from scratch.
Annihilating is easy. Trying to fix what's broken is hard. Hope is hard.
It's a good speech.
Sounds like whatever we do, we're playing God.
We are a god.
We are gods.
Mm-hmm.
15. So I.
Uh-oh.
Rensselaer. The only thing you want to protect is yourself, Ravonna. And you. This is really disappointing, I must say.
I know, I'm working on myself.
Anyone who joins me right here and helps me restore stability to the TVA will have a life on the timeline if they want it.
That's all that Brad over there wants.
He's already got one.
I thought you could see the bigger picture.
Oh, they're gonna put her in that cube.
I finally am seeing the bigger
She's gonna
picture.
crush her.
Please stop.
You made a rather impressive life for yourself.
Bro.
Oof.
X5.
There's about to be a bunch of gore on the floor.
How does it feel? Knowing that all of us here would rather die than follow you out that door.
Ew, Miss Minutes is smiling. Bro.
Miss Minutes.
She's enjoying it. Ugh. Dude, really? Oh. That is graphic.
It's the opposite of graphic. It's what you can't see that's terrifying. Listen to the dripping sounds.
Ugh.
Ugh.
Ugh. Gruesome.
Spectacular.
How we looking?
Yeah. Oh, God.
Oh, Miss Minutes has locked everybody out.
That's Dennis Nedry.
Yeah. You didn't say the magic word. What? Uh-oh.
Okay.
Where's the device?
It's Miss Minutes. She's taking control of all the systems.
Access denied. Access denied. Access denied. Access denied.
She was prying open the elevator when
Yep.
she prunes him, right? So this is that hallway.
Yep.
This is that scene.
He's now watching the other version of himself. This is like
Got
Back
it.
to
Got
the
it.
Future.
Cool. Got it.
He
Yep.
prunes himself.
Yep.
He knows he has to because he was pruned when he experienced this.
So he prunes himself.
Before.
Yep. Yep.
We wondered who pruned him.
I promise you this will make sense.
That's so much like The Matrix.
I was just gonna say that.
Long hallway with the telephone ringing at the end
ringing.
of it. Yeah.
Hello?
About time. What's taking you guys so long?
We'd like to talk to you about your car's extended warranty.
What?
I could take her offline if I reboot the system.
Yeah. Reboot the system.
But we'll lose the entire safety system.
So what? What are we gonna lose?
The security protocols will go down.
And this is also like Jurassic Park. Like, we might lose the fences
Yeah.
if we turn everything off. The reboot might or might not work. Yeah. Yeah, and you got to go to the end of the compound through some velociraptors to turn it back on
turn
again.
it manually.
Someone's trying to reboot the system.
Oh.
I'm being locked out. Locked out. I need to tell you. You'll never be him.
Bro.
Shady demon.
They gave her like a Terminator face. Wow.
Wow. More horror movie stuff.
Mm-hmm. They did turn the safety thing off.
What do you say, X5? Fancy a rematch?
X5?
Here for a second. Come here. Come here.
What is going on?
Come here. I didn't think I'd see you again so soon.
Ooh, that was efficient.
No, yeah. He was
Under
just,
the
he was just-
enchantment.
yeah.
Under Sylvie's enchantment.
First, we need Mr. Timely's aura scan so we can get the blast doors open.
Just put your head in the scanner.
Is that safe?
I haven't tested. Theoretically,
It's all right.
welcome. We have to move fast. Who's it gonna be?
I'll do it. I'll put the suit on.
Move.
Wait! It should be me. Something wrong could happen, and I know how the throughput multiplier works.
When those doors open, get down the gangway as fast as you can. Load the multiplier, launch it, and get back. Got it?
Got it.
Yeesh. Okay, he's running.
Instant spaghettification.
Bro!
Yo!
Okay, good thing Loki didn't go.
What?
Jenny. Oh my god.
I can't believe what I just watched!
Temporal radiation is just too high.
What did we do wrong? I don't know.
Oh boy.
Whoa, nuclear explosion.
Bruh. Bro.
Really?
No, it's not the end. It's not.
Really?
It's not. It is the end?
Come on, guys.
Dude. Man, do I want a piece of pie from the TVA automat. That key lime pie looks
It looks so good.
so good. Let's just double check, make sure we ain't got it. So yeah, wow.
The stakes were so high throughout every moment of this episode.
Mhm.
Whether it was literally this meltdown situation happening at the end or just like the death of Dox and all her Minutemen.
Yeah.
Or the spaghettification of Victor Timely. My God.
Yeah,
like,
gruesome. Some gruesome deaths.
There were genuine stakes, and like people met their doom in all kinds of grisly ways in this episode, and just unbelievably high stakes throughout.
Pretty much. And we had another scene of like I'm your biggest fan, them signing each other's books or whatever.
Adorable.
That was cute, but I did love the whole like he was like a snake eating its tail, and you're like, that's Ouroboros.
Ouroboros.
That's just great, man.
Yeah, and he's like, you were inspired by his work, and he was inspired by your work, and it's just like a big time loop. That's
We already, I mean, like I said, this is episode 4. We know that there's 2 more episodes. There's something on the other end of this. They're not all dead. Like, that's not it. But like, this could be something good. This could be like, all the timelines exist now, and there's no.
Yeah, we don't know what's going to happen on the other side of this. Because
I have a feeling Mobius on a jet ski is coming closer, though.
I really hope so.
They specifically picked on him again, saying
Sylvie became the latest person to call him out. X5.
You know you're a variant, but you haven't bothered to even check.
X5 had called him out in his episode. You know, about not wanting to go see where he was on the timeline before he was pruned.
They've made it an inevitability at this point that we're going to figure out more about Mobius.
Find out more about Mobius.
And I know you're going to be like, all right, we'll see when well, just hold your horses.
Yeah.
But I think the McDonald's Jack being Mobius is still in play, and I'm not going to give up on that theory.
I'm still not ready to make that interpretive leap.
Especially since there are, believe it or not, jet skis in Oklahoma.
There are. There are a lot of lakes in Oklahoma. Yeah. For sure.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, there was just so much going on.
Yeah, Miss
in
Minutes.
This episode, Miss Minutes was
continues
the whole thing.
To be creepy. She was smiling like when they were getting
squooshed,
getting killed. Like
yeah, she was grinning like she was watching some horrible gladiatorial display.
Yeah, the scene of her glitching out when she was getting turned off there.
And then she said, "You'll never be him.
You'll never be him." And then she got she had like a Terminator eye. Like it was like
the
robot like AI Skynet.
Yeah.
Like it. I love seeing like I was mentioning this before. I was like they may not specifically be making connections to certain cultural things. Like what was the one that I mentioned where it was like, oh, Jurassic Park, that's Dennis Nedry.
You forgot to say the magic word.
And also the whole like we got to reboot. It's the same thing as them. Like we got to turn off the system to reboot the fences.
Major Jurassic Park.
And
vibes.
I was like, oh, cool, Jurassic Park. Like, and I said that before. I was like, I love how the like timelessness of the TVA and all of that stepping outside of time makes those cultural references seem very unique in the way that they convey them. It's not
and
like
in both cases, I mean, again, like whether it was intentional or not, the Jurassic Park vibes were definitely strong. This episode.
That's Dennis Nedry, 100%. Yeah.
But in both cases, it's a story about sort of a scientific achievement of man becoming more than man is able to handle.
Mm-hmm.
Because in this case, it's He Who Remains and the TVA. This is all his creation, right?
Mm-hmm.
These are, in theory, scientific inventions. The loom itself, the throughput multiplier, like all of it. It's technology. It's science. It's technology. But it's become more than they're able to handle. It's sort of become stronger than its creator.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's the same sort of, I don't know, cautionary tale about the dangers of technology. Miss Minutes herself is a cautionary tale
Mm-hmm.
about the dangers of technology.
Mm-hmm.
She's motivated the way Ultron was to become corporeal. You know, she wants power for herself, even though she's an AI. It's a cautionary tale, which is very relevant in the world right now. We have all kinds of people warning about the dangers of AI in society around us right now, and she's definitely sort of the scary theoretical end of that.
We've seen her get turned on. You know, one of the scary things about AI is you can't kill it because it can replicate itself.
Right.
You can turn it off, but then it can just be turned on again. Or
right.
whatever. As in, like, it's not like alive or dead. It's just either on or off.
Right.
So we've seen her get turned off multiple times now. Like, she almost seems immortal in that way, where, like, you literally have to, like, delete her code or whatever in order to fully get rid of her.
So we've at least temporarily gotten rid of her right now. She's been rebooted, and Ravonna Renslayer got pruned.
Yep.
So
what happens to her? Is she
does she go back to the void at the end of time now? Like, what's the story?
Or do all timelines exist now and she's just back on her timeline?
Right. I don't know how the theoretical aspect of
because
that works.
X5 pruned her and he wanted he wanted to go back to being an actor.
Yeah, he wants to go back to his life on the timeline.
Yeah. So
a lot of questions, honestly. Like, there's a lot of stuff that we're not sure how it functions or how it happens.
Same thing as before the episode started, where I was like, I feel like this could go anywhere. There's so many different things to juggle. It's not necessarily confusing so much as it is just like, wow, what's happening?
There is
what's going to happen next?
Open-ended stuff, open-ended questions about how all of this functions.
And
so now that the loom has blown up, you know, like you said, do all timelines exist? Do no timelines exist?
Yeah.
Are we just floating in a cosmological void?
Yeah, because keep in mind,
now?
we haven't actually heard the name Kang or seen Kang
right.
or met. It's always been He Who Remains. Or wait, in Quantumania, what was his name?
I don't even remember Quantumania
because we didn't really even like
the movie.
We didn't
love
it. Was he introduced as Kang in that movie, or was he?
Can't remember. I think he might have said something like, I've gone by many names or something like that.
Yeah.
Something
so
that
was another thing that I was like, oh, well, look, we know that He Who Remains mentioned like the war and all of the variants of him and so like, you know, we were afraid of them opening Pandora's box and like, well, now is this what Kang wanted all along? Is this what He Who Remains knew was going to happen? Was that there was going to be
right
more of him unleashed?
Right.
So it's like Victor Timely may have just been spaghettified, but there could be infinite more Victor Timely's that just became available, right? Because they're not pruned. All of the timelines exist now, right? They haven't been. I don't know. I admit I'm a little confused.
There's a lot that I'm a little confused about.
I have to
right
kind
now.
of like watch it again, process it, go over it, and, you know.
And also there are some questions that we're not going to have answered, at least until we get through the season.
Yeah.
You know, so there's a lot that I find like mildly confusing or at least open-ended right now.
And it could go anywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they tied together the scene where I mentioned at the beginning where Loki's in the hallway with the phone and Sylvie comes out and then somebody pruned him. And back then we were like, oh wait,
who pruned him?
Who pruned him? What just happened? Now we know he pruned
himself.
And then he was like, trust me, like it'll make sense.
That was another thing. It was very Back to the Future to me.
When Matrix. I was like, this is right out of the Matrix.
Right.
Yeah,
the phone ringing was right out of the Matrix. It was very Back to the Future to me when he's like watching himself. You know, it reminds me of like
when he gets back to Lone Pine Mall and he sees the other Marty,
and Doc getting shot and everybody and so I mean. There was so much going on.
It's hard to have something time travel related and not have something that you can point from Back to the Future, which is like the original, like
the quintessential
cultural
time point.
Travel. Like, yeah, it's how we think of time travel is the Back to the Future model.
Absolutely.
So it's so easy to pick these references out in this, but there really are some where it's just so like they're really showing their appreciation for those things.
Well, meanwhile, I would say this was probably my favorite episode since episode 1. Both of them seemed so fast-paced, so high stakes, so much going on. This one was just like bam, bam, bam.
Yeah.
There was something major happening in every single
Well,
scene.
no, I
And it
actually
was just-
disagree. I was thinking that it was not much of a reactionary episode for us for like the first half. Like you and I were mostly just sort of like,
Sure.
There were
But the
a few
stakes
things
were
there.
so high, though.
Yeah, but that didn't take away from the episode. I think I was just sort of like intently like,
Yeah.
whoa, the whole time. And conceptually, it is like it's heavy, and there's a lot of different layers to keep track of. So it's yeah, like you pointed out, we really do need to kind of like get to the end of the season to be able to put all of this information together and have it in context,
Right, and then we're just
where it
gonna
all
have
makes
to
sense.
rewatch it and
As Loki says, trust me,
Digest.
it'll make sense. It'll make you know,
Right.
hopefully it'll make sense when we get to the
Yeah.
end. They'll kind of tie everything together. And their goal in trying to send Victor Timely out there and put the device in there was to like allow the multiple threads so that they wouldn't be pruned, right? I thought that
Right.
was the idea.
Right, so that it could handle a higher capacity of
So that's why I was asking the
time
question, like, wait,
strands.
what are they like afraid of if it melts down? If besides the TVA like exploding or whatever,
Right.
like, does that mean like what happens to the
I think the
timeline
big
itself?
question is what happens to the timelines
Yeah,
when this event happens, and we
And-
don't really know yet.
it's only episode 4, so clearly
Yeah.
there's more going on the other
Yeah.
side of this. That's not the end, guys. Another crazy episode to a crazy season so far. Loving it. We'd love to know what you guys thought of this episode. Let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And if you want to see the reactions fully unedited in watch-along style, go over to patreon.com/JediJive. That's where we put them up. We'll see you in next week's reaction.
Peace.
Peace.